my name is Kevin, aka Chaos, and I'm doing this interview for PETA. I did one thing with PETA, and I just saw people reacting to it, and it was cool. I got a lot of hits on my MySpace. Kids going, that was really cool you did that. I didn't know you were a vegetarian, etc., etc. So I've been a vegetarian since 1993 now. So in about 92 when I started going to university, a lot of my friends started growing our hair and being really hippies, and it was more of a trend at that point. And then I went home and I kind of binged. I ate a lot of meat and I got really sick and I felt really bad, and I realized that it wasn't really good for me. I think in my case, it was a case of I stopped doing it, and then I started doing it again, and I realized I felt how bad it was for me. So that was a real feeling for me. It wasn't, but it definitely started with me kind of just hanging out with other people who were doing it, and doing it more on a trendy level. I think that's something to acknowledge too, because things are trends. And, if you're doing this for a trend, that's cool, but sooner or later it's going to catch up with you. You have to do it for the right reasons. You don't know what happens to the things that you eat. You might go to a grocery store and you get a package, but how did that end up being at your house? These are questions you need to ask yourself, because you're a part of that whole cycle. On your level, what PETA does, you guys are like a movement. You're like hip-hop. You're like a group of people who come together and you're making a movement towards it. I think every single person needs to look at their individual life. That's what I did. And then when I stopped eating meat, about 2 years later, my mom, I was walking by her room and she's like, when you were 5 years old, you ate chicken and you asked me, how come we're eating birds, Mom? People all know, it's just whether you make people conscious of it, and you keep appealing to people's humanity. That has to be acknowledged for sure, but because people are being cruel to animals. People look at certain animals like dogs that live in their house or whatever, and they feel emotion for them, but you'll be okay with your dog, but you'll be eating, but we have to make these things very clear. I'm sure if people started eating dogs, there would be a huge uproar across the planet. People would again, recognize, have a personal relationship with it, because they don't have, because people go to a grocery store and get a slab of meat in a package. They don't personally have a personal relationship with those things. So don't be afraid of me. Come here. Yo, what's up? This is Chaos representing PETA. Check out our badge pledge. Go vegetarian. Mean it.